was actually seniors. You had Coach and Patty and let's see, who else is it? Sheila Medina and her husband, and Jerry and Lawson and Deborah. Oh my gosh, they're amazing people too. But you know, it's an exciting adventure. But the thing that I do a lot of boot camps, and I see seniors here, and I hope you're on my page because I try to make my page very positive. I don't allow negative on my page, and let me explain why. You destroy any ability to succeed. Now remember this. You destroy any ability to succeed if you listen to negativity. Negativity can ruin your life. And what I do at my boot camps, I love doing it because, you know, I'm the plexi mama, the old gray-headed grandma, or, you know, I've got kids coming up at convention and call me grandma, and they're not, you know, Alex Clark could be my kid because he's 51. Cynthia Latham, she's 60, so she can be my sister. Tarl, our leader, Tarl, turns 40 this month. Now you stop and think about something. At 30 years old, he bought Plexus. At 30 years old. That's amazing. Isn't that amazing? But anyway, and he's my kid too. But what I really emphasize a lot to my team and to anybody I talk to is positivity. You've got to be positive, because as a leader, I don't care how mad you get about the back office. I don't care how mad you get about your points. I don't care how mad you get that you didn't sign up a new ambassador this month. You have got to let your team know you're positive. You know, it's been rough the last 3 months. Anybody says it isn't is a liar. I mean, it's been rough with this new system. But, you know, we all go through new systems. I mean, I've walked through 2 now at Plexus, and I can't even tell you how many I walked through before I joined Plexus. And it's all the same thing. It's bugs. We'll get through it. We'll do it. We'll stay positive. We'll keep the people that want to work, and we'll lose some, but they're not going to hurt you because they didn't want to do it anyway. So I always tell my team to be very picky who you choose. Very picky. You have a choice who's on your team. You can have positive people on your team, or you can be building that team and you don't care who you have on your team. Well, let me tell you a little secret. You don't want anybody on there negative. And Darcy and the other ladies that's on my Plexus Silver Slims, no, I don't allow negativity. If you're negative on Plexi Slims or Silver Slims, you're gone. Even my Facebook page, as far as my team, because negativity destroys you. Literally destroys you. I could take one of Rosie's best friends and I can take Rosie out to lunch, and before the day is over, I can totally change her mind about that woman or that man or her husband just by feeding negative in your brain. So, has it been easy the last 3 months? No. We've all worked hard. We're all going through, I call it a storm, or I call it ashes. You know, God allows us to walk through ashes so that at the end of our ashes, he picks us up and puts us on a mountain. He has a plan for you. I see these beautiful little babies sitting here, and, you know, you're not supposed to work 24 hours a day on Plexus. Tarl and Alec will both tell you that's not your job. Your job is to love your family. Well, first love your God, love your family, and then work with Plexus. When I started this business in 2013, I was 66 years old. We had nothing. Nothing. We didn't have brochures. We didn't have shareables. We didn't have nothing. But you know what? We got out, we believed in the product, we took the product, and we didn't get out there and sound like scientists. Because most of the people that you're talking to could care less what is in that product. Well, except you crunchy moms, but I stay away from you crunchy moms. But anyway, I'm joking. All they want to know is it works. And our product works. We cannot deny that it works. It's an amazing product, and it's changing lives. I mean, you know, I tell people when I go out in the morning or when I go out, I don't have a community. I moved to Edmond in See, I didn't take my smart pill this morning, but I moved to Edmond, and this is 1817 in 2016 October. So you'll have to forgive me because I have to go back. And that's why a lot of people join me, because they feel so freaking sorry for me. You know, this poor woman needs my help, you know. Anyway, but I don't have a community. But when I go down Walmart, I always pray every morning, you know, Lord, if there's someone out there that needs my prayers or a hug, I'll give it to them. If there's someone out there that needs plexus, then you bring them to me. But 95% of the time, they need both of it. And once they get trust in you and they believe in you, you know, it's not hard to tell them about plexus. I mean, don't walk down the aisle and say, oh my gosh, I sell this product, it's going to help you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, you can, because I've done it. But what you have to do is make a relationship, okay? I've sat in front of candy that's sugar-free because this man has diabetes, just had a heart attack, and he's looking for sugar-free candy. Well, you know what? Darlene has the sugar-free candy program to get him off of it. But I don't tell him I have it. What I say is, you know, I'm fixing to go to a meeting, Bob. I would love to talk to you, but right now I don't have time. Do not talk to him about plexus when you first meet him. I don't have time, but as soon as I get home, I'll send you the ingredients and some of the information. Find out what his Facebook page is, or her. We deal with women. Get on their Facebook immediately. That, you know, I learned something the other day. This is how dumb I am. I carry a piece of paper around because when I meet somebody, I always get their email address. And other day I ran across somebody and I didn't have any paper. And I thought, I've got to get her email address, because if you go on and make them on your Facebook, they can block you. But they can't block you on your email address, right? They can't do it. But they can block you on Facebook. So I was sitting there and she said, well, just give me your iPhone. I'll put it in your notes. And I'm going, wow, okay. So I learned something today. I don't need paper in my purse anymore. I just posted on Silver Slims a training, and it's going to be amazing. Darcy, are you taking Bob Hillig's class? It's crazy. It's phenomenal. Let her train you on that, because it is going to change my whole team's attitude. Because I think a lot of us mess around with people that don't want to do the business because we think, oh my gosh, this is going to be my superstar. And they're probably worthless. And the little superstar over here in the corner you thought that wasn't going to be any good because she's gray-headed and loses her mind every once in a while, there's no way she's going to be good, you know? But look at me, I'm a sapphire. So don't judge people by how they look, how many kids they have, their social status. I have a high school degree. That's all I have. But everywhere I've gone, I've grown. And the key to it is, if you're not signing people up, now I'm going to get mean with you, because I had to change my attitude here about 2 weeks ago. If you're not getting ambassadors and you're not getting customers, then guess what's wrong? Are you ready for this scientific, beautiful thought that I have? Ready? Your why is not big enough. Your why is not what you need. If your why doesn't make you cry, if your why doesn't make you get up every morning wanting to go out and find somebody and change their life because what it did for you, and if I start crying, you're going to have to forgive me, because my why makes me cry. My husband was dying 5 years ago. He was literally dying. I called his family in because I wasn't going to have him much longer. And he was just 66. And somebody gave me this little pink deal to drink. But you know what I was doing before I got that little pink drink? I was asking God to lead me somewhere that I could support my family and make a difference in people's lives. As long as you do this business, making difference in people's lives and not worrying about if you're diamond, sapphire, ruby, whatever the deal is, then you're going to succeed. But you've got to let your family come first, guys. You got those babies. I have 3 children. My oldest will turn 46 this year. My youngest will turn 40. And they were as little as these babies are in your arms right now yesterday. So those are your priorities. But get your why. What's your why? Why are you doing this? My husband was dying. I was a breadwinner. We lost our business in Austin, Texas. I had a staffing company, one of the top staffing companies in Austin. But when the construction world collapsed, my business collapsed. And guess what? I was 66 years old. Who is going to hire a 66-year-old? You know, I tease people I could have gone to Walmart, but I wouldn't have done good because I'd have told the kids to pull their pants up or don't be smoking or something. You know, I wouldn't have been a good Walmart person. So you've got to decide what your why is. Now, was I going to do Plexus, sell Plexus? There was no way I was going to do that. You know, MLMs, whatever. I did Amway. If y'all know Amway, that's enough to cause anybody to quit doing anything. But the great thing about us is all we have to do is find people. That's all we have to do. And I will tell you, we are tired of being sick. I worked in a hospital 10 years, and I was a manager for a doctor's office for 3. We are tired of taking the poison that they're putting down our throats. If you'll watch, if the Silver Scent, and Darcy will vouch for this, we are looking for something besides the poison that they want to put in our body. I saw a guy get on an elevator the other day, and I'm not joking you. He had a bag about this big, and every prescription you could think of he had. He had something to cover this prescription up, to cover this prescription up, to cover this prescription up, to cover this. I take Synthroid because I don't have a thyroid. And the crazy thing about this, about a year ago, they took me off of one of my thyroid medicines because my thyroid was working too good. Well, go figure, stupid doctors. I don't even have a thyroid. So I'm just telling you, when you walk out that door, just remember this. If somebody hadn't given me the Plexus, my husband would be dead today. So who are you going to run into today that will be dead if you don't share it? Who is it? Who is it you will meet tomorrow in the grocery store or out shoveling snow that if you don't tell them about Plexus will be dead? We're not doing this to get rich. We're not. We're doing it to change lives. You know, all I wanted was enough money to pay my car payment and buy my products. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. But God had a different plan for me. Does that mean because you're not Sapphire, God doesn't want it for you? No, that's not what it means. What it means is He has a plan. You just need to sit quiet and listen. You know, He had to help me. God, I'm 70 years old. I don't have too many more years left. Well, Charles said he's going to keep inventing stuff so I'll live long enough to see my 19-month-old granddaughter graduate from high school. Now, that He promised me. But I'm just saying, if you have negative people, get rid of them. If you have negative people on your Facebook page that talks negative about Plexus, delete them. Get them off your page. I don't care if they're your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your father. I don't care because they're pulling you into that deal that you know, Jennifer, you're not worthy to be successful. Who told you, Linda, you weren't worthy to be successful? Right? Find out who told you that and then tell them go back to wherever they came from. You know, my family, oh my gosh, you know, okay. Mom's 70 years old. She's going out here. She's peddling Plexus. You know, we used to make fun of, I was a drug salesperson. I'd meet somebody halfway between Austin and Bastrop to give them some probiotics, you know, but you've got to make up your mind that they don't pay your rent. They don't pay your telephone bill. They don't pay for you to stay home. You do. So get rid of them. Delete them. Now, do you stop loving them? No. My bunch comes over Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then I kick them out there in my Lexus, and we go buy groceries, right? The easiest way to stop people from talking about you is to prove them wrong, right? But delete them while you're doing that. Get rid of them. Because you are worthy to be successful. And go back tonight, and I want you to make a list of what people said. I was always called fat girl all my life. I could weigh 45 pounds and I'm 5'11", and I would still look in that mirror and see fat. I was called stupid because I had a high school education and I couldn't succeed in business. I built a multi-million-dollar company. I went up in every, and I'm not bragging, don't misunderstand me. I'm just telling you, find out who's stopping you from being successful, because it's you. You're allowing somebody to tell you you can't do this. You know, I would have been absolutely blessed as a gold. Absolutely blessed as a gold. But then I got to be a senior gold. And then I got to be a ruby. Don't ask me how I did it. It just happened. But let me tell you something else. As you go up, Darcy, what level are you? What level are you, Darcy?
I'm senior gold.
Senior gold. So I'm telling you, once you get past that senior gold and a ruby, you better get ready to stop working, because it's going to take all you've got to build your team. So if you're going slow, that's awesome. I tell my girls, I met a girl in Austin and she was a silver. She'd been a silver for 3 years and she had a lot of PVs and she didn't want to be anymore. Not everybody you sign up want to be a leader. They're not leaders. So don't try to make people leaders that aren't leaders, right? You just love on them. You share the product. You know, I probably have 15 people that are wholesale and that's all they do. I'm on a live. All right, honey. Are you going to stay the night?
No, I gotta go back home.
My grandson. All right, honey. I'll talk to you later. I'll stop for my grandson any day. But anyway, so not everybody is a leader. So don't try to make leaders out of people that aren't, because it's not going to work. You're going to discourage them and they're going to quit. So let them work slow. The training that Darcy and I are doing, there's 2 types of people. And see, Darcy, I talk all the time, sorry. You have the people that want to launch, and she has the paperwork to help you do it. And there's people that want to go slow and steady. Slow and steady, you put them on your team page. You love on them, send them stuff every once in a while. Can I help you? Is there anything going on? But those people you want to launch, you hook to their hip for 30 days. And Darcy will explain that later. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So again, your environment, the people you run around with is so important, because you can't grow if you're in a negative environment. Let me tell you what, I always tell my kids, and then I'll let Darcy do hers. I always tell my kids they could be anything they wanted to be, right? Is that what you tell your kids? And I see some older people up here, so you've got to be grandmas too. So now you're telling your grandchildren, you can be anything you want in life. It's totally up to you. But who teaches them that? If I quit everything time it gets hard, if I don't walk out there and make a difference, if I teach them how to fail, you're the one that's teaching them how to be successful. I couldn't have told my kids they could be anything they wanted to be if I didn't show them, right? So it's up to you to show your children they can be anything they want to be. Do they need a college education? Not if they do plexus. No, I'm joking. You know, but I'm telling you, you can't tell your children they can be anything they want to be if you're not willing to show them how. Do you want your kids running around with kids that smoke, drink, have no desire, no future? No, you don't. Who are you running around? Who are you running around with? Are you running around with positive people that don't want to succeed, that want to grow, that want to change lives? Who are you running around with? See, I told you, you might not like me by the time this is over. But I love people. I have 3 amazing children and I have 12 amazing grandchildren. And they know without a doubt in their mind, they can do what they want if they want to do it bad enough. Is this, let me shut this. My husband's watching a horror movie. So my tip to you is, you're only as successful as you desire to be. I can't make you successful. You know, we posted something the other day on Plexus and they said, well, you know, I can't do it. I'm too old, or, you know, my kids have games. You know, Susie McCall and Chris played baseball with my daughter. He helped my son-in-law coach. Guess who's on my son and my daughter's team? Susie and Chris. So I'm telling you, be successful in your mind. Will you be a diamond in Plexus? I don't know. Plexus may not be what you're supposed to do. But if it is, don't waste your time being negative. Don't let your team bring you down. Darcy's really positive, and she said, you guys are amazing leaders. Well, you're leaders by the way you act. Am I signing new ambassadors, 3 and 4 of them a month? Not right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not a great leader. That doesn't mean I'm not out there shaking the bushes. It's just I'm shaking the wrong bush. And this new program that we're learning on Bob is amazing because we're learning how to do it. So I just encourage you, get rid of the negative people. Get rid of the environment. You know, if you had an abusive husband, when you get rid of him, I did, right? You don't want that in your life. You guys are amazing. Look at these beautiful babies you have. You've got a life ahead of you. Again, all I wanted was to pay my car payment and pay for my products. Are they expensive? For seniors, they are expensive. And that's why you don't start them out with everything in the book. You find out what they need. You know, you could have 100 people doing the X Factor. Hello. Did you know that Lori Harrison built her diamond business with probiotics and BioCleanse? That's how she built hers. So find out what they need. Listen, make them your friends. Don't try to sell them something before you learn or listen. Let them trust you. I'm not going to go, you know, if Darcy says, you know, Judy is the best woman in Edmond to get your hair cut, then I'm going to Judy, right? I was at the getting a haircut the other day and got 2 people that are interested in Plexus. One sells the hair stuff and one sells something else. By the time we got through, we're going to switch. But I'm not going to get their stuff, but they're going to get mine because it's going to make a difference in their life. You know, I don't need shampoo. I can get shampoo at Walmart. And I sure don't need facial stuff. So anyway, but step in the door. Make them think you're interested. You know, let me tell you what I did, and then I'll let you go because I'm sure Darcy's got a lot to tell you. I told the lady that does the shampoo, yes. Oh my God, that stuff expensive. I don't know how anybody affords it. I wouldn't try to sell that we won't even go there. But get your foot in. So you know what I did? I said, you know, and Darcy, we learned this. I am interested in your product, but I'm really interested in your comp plan. Send me a copy of your comp plan. I'd like to see what it looks like. And guess what? Well, send me yours. So we're having lunch next week. So I sent her our comp plan. Nobody out there's got a comp plan like we have. No one. So be a business person, you know, get to know them. That's just the way you do it. You know, trip them. I don't care. But pray about it because God will lead people to your team. And don't get negative people. I've got one on my team. Yeah, they're gone. And that doesn't mean you don't love them. You just don't work with them. And you sure don't let them post on your page. So be positive, you know. Sonia Dudley lost her dad Monday. Yeah, Monday. He had dementia. And, you know, that was hard. But he was living in a shell. So we want to be out there helping people get healthy. This flu is dangerous. I had the flu. I had one woman comment on my page. I had the flu, and in 3 days I had pneumonia. And if I didn't get my pulse ox up by Tuesday, they were going to put me in the hospital. Well, if you want to die, go to the hospital. I worked in one for 10 years. But she came back and she said on my post, well, I thought that stuff you push is supposed to help you get healthy, you know. So my comment was, you know, Kathy, it's so good to hear from you. I'm glad you see my post, but it doesn't help with everything. It just helped me be a little bit stronger, and I don't push it. I share it, and then I let my team, my bunch of friends, take care of her. And by the time they got through with her, she was like in plexus. But people are going to try to be negative. Don't like them. I was going to delete her, but then I thought, no, you know, I'm going to love her. Let's love on them. Because that's the difference between us and other people, is we really and truly care about what we're doing. We really do. Okay. And don't make up excuses. Okay, Darcy.
Well, thank you so much, Darlene. And, you know, I was just thinking as you were talking about it, and I remember part of your training talked about the roller coaster, you know, informing the people that what she was referring to is a 30-day kind of program or plan to get your new ambassadors started, and it's really good. But you talked about the roller coaster. What do you do yourself when you're down in that? I mean, I know mindset, and we hear so much about that. Mindset plays a big part of you know, how, if you move forward or not, or, you know, just all of that stuff.
So let me tell you what I do, Darcy, and you're going to think I'm stupid, all of you, but that's okay. I don't know you. The thing about it is, when I get on a roller coaster and I have a month or two where I'm not signing anyone up, and it happens. I mean, I was down in bed for 2 weeks with the flu, but I know where it comes from. Satan tries to destroy us so easy. So what does he do? Oh my gosh, Darlene, you're not going to be a sapphire. Your points are dropping. What's going on? So you have to realize where that's coming from. We all go through roller coasters. We all do. Sonia Dudley, Celeste Neville, every one of those jewels go through roller coasters. That's just the game. That's why you have to keep signing people up, getting people to come. But when I have a roller coaster like that, you know, I just stop and I said, okay, Daddy, what's going on? What do I need to do? I have to have faith that what I'm going through, he knows exactly what I'm going through, and that it's going to get better. That's even in a job. I mean, I used to work at a hospital. Oh my gosh, I hope nobody on here is a nurse. But those nurses would come in complaining all the time. And I would always say, okay, I know where this is coming from, and I've just got to get it off and spread joy. We're all going to have roller coasters. That's just the name of the game. It just is. We'll be up high and we'll come down low. But is that not in life too? If you work for a business, as some of you are still working, I worked in corporate world. You know, I worked in a hospital. So for some reason, every 2 years, we got a new administrator and we had to start all over and prove ourselves. So it's no different than what we're doing in Plexus. The only difference, and I'm telling you this will change your whole attitude. You have got to have a why. You've got to have a why. I want to be diamond. Bullcrap. That's not your why. You don't want to be diamond. Well, I'm not going to say that, but what I'm saying is my why is I want to help every person I come in contact with to change their lives. Financially, we would be in so much trouble if I wasn't doing Plexus, because Social Security pays us nothing. So make your why. You know, I keep telling people, and I'm going to tell you something funny, and then I'll leave you alone. But when you get down in that roller coaster, when you get down, you get you a scripture, and you stand on that scripture. For I know the plans I have for you, to prosper you. He didn't say, I know the plans I have for you to lose your car, your house. That's not what he's saying. Do we go through rough spots? You betcha we go through rough spots. But a lot of times he puts us through those rough spots so we can be stronger. You know, If I didn't have a roller coaster, I couldn't tell you, Darcy, it's going to be okay. Just hang in there. You know, if Jen Hawkins and Celeste Neville was honest, they have roller coasters. Of course, their team's so big. But everybody has roller coasters in life. You know, if any of you say you get along with your husband every day, I know you're lying. I've been married 41 years. It doesn't happen. But you have roller coasters in your marriage. Does that stop you from trying to build and keep going? You have roller coasters in children. I kept my 18-month-old granddaughter this morning, and by the time she left, I was sitting in the chair and couldn't walk. But I'm just saying we all go through roller coasters, not necessarily plexus, but life itself. You just have to realize where it's coming from and go from there.
Yeah.
If we didn't push through, we can't get stronger. If we didn't have the ashes, we couldn't appreciate the mountaintop. If you get a chance, I want you to read The Circle Maker. It is the most powerful book I've ever read, and it's by Mark Batterson. It's amazing because it teaches us how to pray. God doesn't want us to pray. You know, this turned out to be Sunday school class. I'm sorry, Darcy. God didn't ask us to pray for a bicycle because we can buy a bicycle, right? Save our money. God asked us to pray for something that is absolutely impossible for. Build your gold board. Put Hawaii up there. I've been to Hawaii 4 years now. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. But build your gold. They claim that 95% of your gold, if you have it up on a board, you'll succeed. Do you know that we daily have 77% negative thoughts going through our brain? 77% of our thoughts every day is negative. Stop it. Stop it. I am worthy. I deserve to be successful. I am going to be a silver. You know, people say silver. Oh my God, that's the start. I'm going to be gold. Darcy, that's awesome. You know, when I turned gold, I thought, man, this is awesome. I have money in the bank. I can pay for my products. I can make my car payment. Then I went to senior gold. Dadgummit, I can make my house payment. Don't try to be diamond. 5 years, guys. 5 years. Make you a 5-year plan. That's where I'm at. I want to walk across that stage as the oldest diamond in plexus this year. That's 5 years. If I do it, praise God. If I don't, it's okay. You know, but that's my goal. Now, I may have to need help getting up there, but that's my goal, you know? And you people, you young people, oh my gosh, do you realize the potential that you kids can make if you'll just work this business? Slow and steady. Don't try to be an emerald in 12 months. You're going to lose your team anyway. Find you 5 good people, 5 runners. Work with them, train them, teach them. I love sipping C's. I love sipping C's. Opportunity meeting. Okay? But sip and see, 2 or 3 people come to your house or you go to theirs, sit down at the table and let them see you how much you really care. Teach them about poop. Make it fun. You guys got to go to my Facebook page and watch my poop pillow I got for Halloween, Valentine's Day. I'm so stinking excited about my little poop pillow. And also, they're talking, Darcy and I are learning about doing videos. And don't talk about plexus. People already know you're doing plexus. Use your page, but do live videos. I just did one. I do the back porch wisdom. Now, I'll probably be run out of town after they watch this one tonight, but that's okay. You know, you don't have to watch my stuff. But once a day, put your video out there. If you guys are cooks, teach people how to cook. I can't cook worth a flip. If you guys sew, give people ideas about sewing. Darcy, you know how to shovel snow. Get out there and show them. Your pictures are gorgeous. But get them involved because that's how you pull people to your team. is by getting them involved, you know. So again, I'm sorry I talk too much, but you are worthy. You are a daughter of a king. Remember that. You're worthy. And get rid of those stupid negative people. Now, if they get real smart with you, just put them in your Lexus, take them down to the bus station or to their house and let them out. Okay? That's all you have to do. Prove them wrong. I love when somebody tells me I can't do something, God help you. I mean, I will do it if it kills me. Of course, at this age, I have to be real careful what I do now. Anyway, make that list, guys. Make positive and make the negative list. Find out where that negative list came from. Get rid of it. Get rid of the thoughts. That's just Satan trying to tell you you're too stupid or you can't do it. And you can. Every one of you can. If you can live with a man, you can do anything. Right?
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you, Darlene.
You're welcome.
Delightful. Does anybody else have any questions that you'd like to ask Darlene? I know we need to talk to Rossi too down there. We've got a plan for a blitz kind of thing going on too. But if anybody has a question, raise your hand.
They're scared to death. I'll talk more.
I know Rex is on your Silver Slim page, and so is Vicky. So
Okay, awesome. Well, get them those sheets. You know, there was a Jewel that made those sheets up. They're really good. And kind of train them a little bit on it, because let me tell you what, I am so stinking excited about it because it is a system. We haven't had a system in Plexus, and this is a system that can work. Even for us old people, Miss Mueller, how do you pronounce your first name?
who?
Miss Mueller. Rexetta.
We call her
Rex. Oh, okay. So you can do it too, lady.
I hope so.
You can. Don't. Oh, what did I just hear? You can do it, can't you?
I'm going to.
There you go. That's the difference between doing it and not doing it, right?
Yeah.
And for every 10 people you talk to, you might get one. But that's okay. At our age, we need to talk to as many people we can, because I want somebody at my funeral, and I don't have that many. I told Sonia Dudley that I wanted all the Jewels at my funeral and have the longest Lexus parade that anyone's ever seen. So anyway, you can tell I joke. You can tell I love people. And if you can put that love out there, they're going to know you really care for them. They will. Okay, so I will let you finish your meeting. I love you guys. Go watch my poop pillow. You'll love my poop pillow. My husband, I don't allow him to get on Facebook. He'll divorce me if he's on my Facebook page. But anyway, my kids see it. So y'all have a blessed, and I just ask the Father to cover each one of you in your business. I ask for prosperity. I ask for positivity. I ask that he just anoint you and your team in a way that you've never seen before. And I'm claiming that. I'm not asking our daddy that. I'm claiming it because that's what he wants to give you. He wants to give you prosperity. So you guys have an awesome evening, and I will talk to you later.
All right. Thank you, Darlene.
Bye, Darcy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. I can't wait to meet you at convention. Oh, she's gone.
All right. Miss Rossi, you can take it away from there. Isn't she a hoot?
She's she's funny. Oh, that was good, huh? A breath of fresh air. Somebody we have never, she's not. Mom set that whole thing up. So thank you for doing that, Mom. That was great. And she is. I think one thing I really took away from that was okay, so I'm just going to get down and dirty right away. Most of us on this leadership board, or this leadership little group here, we have all I think all of us over a year at least, right, have been an ambassador. Most of us are OGs, original gangsters, like from the beginning, from the get-go, have been here. And so, you know what they say is between the first and the second year of being a Plexus ambassador is kind of where you'll hit that just kind of roadblock or that fork in the road, like make it or break it kind of thing. And that's where you lose a lot of people, is right here. So we're all going through that together. And that makes it hard. It makes it hard sometimes. So that's why we originally put this together, was we need to do something big and drastic to kind of give us all that boost again. But so what I took away from her talk today the most was a couple of things, and that is to go back to the basics. Why are we doing this? I don't know the last time. I actually tomorrow I'm going to put out a post, because I know we have a lot of new ambassadors too, and that really is so important. That is what has driven me this far, and that's my why, is why I won't do it anymore. So I think going back to that basic concept, why are we doing this, and reestablish our goals, reevaluate, so that was the main thing I took away. And the second thing was just that, to be positive, even when we're in that valley or whatever, to be positive. You guys have heard me say a lot of times, I'm just a realist. I'm real, but sometimes that can be, not helpful and not useful, and good. When it is useful, it's a good thing, but a lot of times it's not. We have to find the good. We have to find the positive things and kind of cling to those things when we're going through that valley, especially when we're all kind of going through it together. So that's kind of why we did this. Mom came across Rexetta, and I thought, and she thought too, what a great just reminder that really anybody can do this if we're willing to do the work. Anybody can do it. So I love that about her, that she's just kind of a testimony to there is no cookie cutter ambassador, and remembering that. So a couple ideas. I wanted you guys, if you guys have any concerns or questions or whatever, we wanted just to take a little bit of time to do that. But I just wanted to come in with the first, like, this is hard. Even Linda's not on here again, but she saw Bridget yesterday. She went to that brunch with Bridget, and that was kind of the common thread. For some reason, this has been a really hard, really slow few months, and we just have to push through it and get past that, hump. So that, so I wanted to come out and just kind of talk about that it is different now than it was, 2 years ago or a year ago when all of us were working. We've kind of, it's slowed down a little bit, but that doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And it doesn't mean it has to keep going that direction. But it does mean that we need to do something different. But I don't think the different means something different altogether. I think it's kind of going back to the basics. Go back to what works. Start at the bottom and kind of build yourself up again. There's hope. I think there's hope there when we do that. So that's one thing I'm going to tell you guys tonight. And tomorrow, be thinking about your why. We're going to go back and start there and do a little something fun on the team page about our whys, and get some of our newbies in on it. The second thing, I don't know if it was a second thing or another thing I took from her, was just that link, hooking yourself to the hip of your new people. Anyone who wants this as a business, to link arms with them and step through each of those hoops. And especially in those first 30 days is so important. So if you don't have that be your kind of mission, to find that person, to just keep going out and doing those things that we know we're supposed to do. So that all being said, is there anything before we kind of go into what the Blitz is going to be and how we're going to kind of manage that? Is there any questions or concerns anyone wants to bring up?
I just wanted to say really quick that this system that she's talking about is really good, and it's simple. I don't know, Rex, have you been watching that on the silver page?
I have, and I did print her 3 PDFs that she posted.
Yeah, so I'll get that on there.
And they are good.
Yeah, and they're simple, and she has a way of presenting it very firmly,
Yes.
but very specifically and simply, so that you know what needs to be done, dot, 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 dot. And I'm a person like that. I need a list of things to do, and I need to be held accountable, because if I'm just by myself, it's easy for me to slough off and to just, bag it for the day or whatever. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that. I want to be consistent, and this system, provides a very great foundation. We need some new blood. Rossi and I were talking about that. We need some new ambassadors, working ambassadors here. And I can't say that I haven't had a few potentials, but I let them slip right through my fingers because I didn't prepare them, well enough. So,
Well, the other thing that's been really good is those snippets. I don't know if anybody's watched those, but those are really good. And she has a lot of things on her team page that she said you should print, and it's like a new customer list, a customer 101 list, and that kind of stuff. And so you helped me find some of those today. Thank you.
That's on the Destination Diamond page. Jen Hawkins has all of her files from those snippets and things like that on there. So it's easy. You just, you can add each other or join. You don't have to wait for a certain period of time to be a part of that page, but it's a really good page. So.
And then one other thing, and then Rachel, I saw you raise your hand, but going to Mom's thing and the back to the basics. I was talking to Abraham the other day because I sat down with him and kind of analyzed his schoolwork, because he's a junior this year, and so he's kind of taken full charge of his education at this point, and his homework and all of that. Anyway, so I was like, why in the world are you so far behind on your math? Well, he hates math, which, I mean, normal people hate math, I think. But I think that's a tendency that we all do. We do the things that are easiest, the things we like to do, the things that we're interested in first, and then we in our mind say, I'll get to that. I'll get to that event. I'll get to that math eventually, or I'll get to that, whatever happens to be your hard thing, that video, the live video. I hate live videos, and I just don't do them, and I know I need to be doing them. Or whether it's messaging, doing that cold call that somebody's kind of tugging at your heart a little bit, and you should reach out to them, but you're kind of fearful. Whatever it is, we need to stop telling ourselves we'll get to that later, or, procrastinating doing that. And we need to flip that whole thing. Those are the things we need to be doing first. And, that math homework and those hard problems are what we need to take care of before we do those fun things. I think a lot of us fall back on, we hope our posting attracts our people. And we hope our, just those easy things. We've fallen back on just posting or doing those easy things, thinking that's going to bring business to us. And that's just not the way that it works, especially now that we have to be more compliant, which is something I want to talk about after Rachel. But Rachel, I'll let you ask your question.
Okay, I'm going to try to recall what I was going to say. I think that there was a couple of things. I don't know if there's so much questions or just things that I've noticed that I struggle with is I really struggle with helping people just get excited at the beginning about like the business. I mean, I never try to push the business on anybody, but even just getting excited about getting their products paid for. And I think maybe part of that's because I know the rate of attrition, and like I feel sometimes I don't know, not deceptive. If like, saying that if you get 3 people that your products will be paid for, they will be paid for 1 month, but after that, their points won't necessarily pay for that. And so I don't know. I think that's my biggest struggle, is just getting people excited about getting people to join them. and I tend to think that I have to be the one to sign everybody up on my own, which maybe is the opposite thinking of a lot of people. I've never had the thought of, oh, maybe I'll sign a rock star. I'm just like, but I always think that I have to sign them all up and forget that I need to start being duplicatable and help get people excited about getting their products paid for so they stay. I don't know if there's like any ideas on that, or if there's, I know that we've done the trainings now, but not everybody's able to get on Zooms or wants to watch a 30-minute video, but just some sort of wording of how to get excited. I mean, for me, Darcy spoke to my yellow side and sent me like tons and tons of videos, and I watched every single one of them, and I tried to go back to that, and now I'm just over talking. And then my second one, before you go into that, I still feel like there's too many pages. I mean, I've started going back to Bridget and Rhonda's again, but like with our team, with the detox, like the January or the, I don't know. I have not even been involved in them just because I've just gotten overwhelmed because I'm just trying to get my basics covered right now. So I don't know.
So a couple things. First, yes, the pages, do what you can. The January detox, that one's done. We've been kind of putting things in there randomly just to keep those people seeing something every now and then. So really the only page that we have is our Team Freedom page. So for us, that's all we, and then our VIP, our customer page.
Okay, so, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but that is something, you can just be in one or the other. Or, if somebody's just a wholesale buyer, then put them in that one. And every once in a while, we'll put something about the business, So those are.
What if it's somebody that I really want to be like doing this business? Should I put her in the Team Freedom one? Like, I mean, she's not necessarily interested in it yet, but like, I really can see the potential for her.
Yes, Jen.
I haven't put her photo up yet. She just joined a couple nights ago. So
I don't really give people an option. I just say, okay, well, I just say, are you okay with me adding you to a few team pages? And then and usually they're like, yeah. And I just add them to several pages. And then if they decide they want to leave a page, they leave. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts on
No,
it.
I'm that same way. Like, just don't overthink it. And if it comes down to it and they feel overwhelmed, then you can tell them, look, this is just wholesale. If you want to just be wholesale, or you can, but let them come to you, or be asking them, communicating with them will be the best thing. Okay. And then addressing the silver or the paying for your products first, by not duplicating that down, by not us first being excited about it and trying to pass that down, we are adding to the attrition. So we're actually, what we're afraid of to happen, we're actually forcing the hand, So we have to be excited about paying for their products. What I would do to kind of counteract that, or if we're having a hard time, getting excited or getting people excited for that, plug them into that roadmap. That roadmap with that silver does all the training that they're going to need about how to go silver and how to stay silver, or how to keep earning their products after that first month. So that takes all the hard work out of it if you just plug them into that roadmap on their back office. So that will help that silver or paying for their products. But we want to make sure we want to make sure that we're not pushing it, but making sure that they're hearing that often, the going silver, because that's what will help attrition. So by not doing that, we're actually adding to it. So I don't know if that answered the question good, but the roadmap is perfect. I would just plug them into that. If you want your products paid for, this is a step-by-step.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So then the blitz, we'll just go right into that. It comes down to that, when you really don't feel like it. I I kind of described sometimes the way I feel, you know how I like word pictures, right? Sometimes the way I feel is that I'm like Meriwether or somebody in the boxing ring, and I've had a few really good rounds. But then those rounds where it's like you're knocked down round after round after round, it's hard to get back up again. So I think sometimes we get to that. That's that bottom of the roller coaster, you know? But those are the times you kind of need to psych yourself out. Like, I'm going to do this, and put your mouth guard in, you get water all over your face, and you get up and you go at it again. You know, this is kind of at that moment because we've all hit that fork in the road. We're all at that, like, we're tired and this is hard. But getting our why are we doing this, back in focus, and psyching ourselves out and doing the opposite of what we feel. Have any of you guys said, like, when you're really sick and you have to go do something, you get yourself all cleaned up because you want to look better than you feel? That's what this is, and we call it mock momentum. We're going to pretend that we're feeling good, you know? It's that it's that fake it till you make it mentality where you do what you know needs to be done. You're positive about it. You just psych yourself out, you know? So that's what the blitz is. That's what this blitz is going to be. So how it's going to go down, I'm kind of been working on it. I'm doing the Bob training also, so I'm going to try to implement some of that. But we're going to do a Zoom. So what we'll do is we'll have a Zoom every day. We're going to open it up to the whole team. I'll put the graphic up tonight. They can go on the Zoom and we will walk through everything that we need to do. So it won't be your typical like IPA Zoom where we come on and we have our little IPA sheets. We're going to give homework throughout that hour, and that's what we're going to focus on that. During the blitz time though, an hour is not going to be enough. An hour is your typical IPA. So that Zoom is just going to be to get some of the solid stuff done, but a good blitz will be at least 2 hours. So you're going to want to plan for another hour sometime in your day. If that means you have to stay up an extra hour, we're just going to do this week-long blitz, working our butts off, doing all those things that we know we need to do, linking arms, encouraging each other, creating that mock momentum, that feeling that, okay, we're going somewhere. And so I think it'll be the last time we did a blitz was quite a while ago, and we did it with Rhonda and Bridget's team, and it was great because the payoff for it is so awesome. It's hard, and I think Rhonda only did 2-hour blitzes, right? So doing a week-long blitz, it's going to be hard, but it will be so good for our businesses. It will be so good for the camaraderie on our team. And Linda and Crystal are trying to rank this month. So it will be so great for their teams. I know, Jen, you're on their team to push them. Linda, bless her heart. And my going Ruby was the same thing. I think I tried to go Ruby 4 months in a row. It took me 4 months, and I got so close. And so that's Linda. So we want to push her over that edge this month, and you know, God, Lord willing, this will be her month because it would be so awesome. But I think the reward that comes from that when you've worked so hard and you've even feel like you fail a few months in a row, it makes the win so much richer and so much sweeter and so much more earned, you know? So anyway, but I also wanted to say to be encouraged because I know our team and this bunch of leaders, we have a lot of bragging rights because we have been in this for a long time. I mean, most people have quit by now. Most people have dropped off, and you all have not. You know, you've committed, you're doing those things, you're doing the hard things, and you haven't given up. So you have bragging rights. And so I just want you to be proud of yourself and give yourself a little pat on the back. And then tomorrow morning, wake up to blitz and to work hard. So that being said, so we're just going to kind of give homework. We're kind of winging it because it was this moment where we're like, something has to be done. Something has to move in our team. Yeah, that like, we need to put the pedal to the metal for a minute or else we're going to we're going to lose people or whatever. Anyways, it was just that moment where, so we're winging it, everything, right? There's that saying, I'm winging everything, whatever. And even my eyeliner, I'm winging it all, life. So that's what we're doing it. We're winging it, but it will be good. And it will be good for our business. And it will be good for just the relationships on our team. On that note, what time, let's try to come up with you might not be able to make everything, but I would encourage you to try to set aside 2 hours at some point in your day to do your blitz work. And I'll try to, make a list each day of the things that we did for that day so that you guys who couldn't make the call can still do that homework. But if you can make it to the Zoom calls each day, do it. It's only 1 week, just like commit and do it, because sometimes that's what it takes, is doing something that you really don't feel like doing. So a time that would kind of work for everyone, and we'll see. So does anybody have any times that just will not work? Let's get that out of the way first. And then we'll try to round this out. I only wanted to keep it an hour, but I didn't want Darlene to feel like she had to rush either. So any times that won't work for you guys?
Mine are the afternoons, 2 to usually 8. So, but don't worry about me. Do it the time for, the majority of people. I was going to say too, I challenge everyone here, myself especially, to do your hardest thing very first.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else is a breeze, a sail. But do the hardest things that you really don't want to do them first, and then see how your power blitz hours go.
Do your math first.
Yes.
Right. Anyone have any time that they would prefer?
For me, it's probably not the best time for everyone else, but for me, it's like 9 o'clock Mountain Time. So I know that's late though for a lot of people, or maybe early, like, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time. Those are the times that would work best for me.
Okay.
That could probably work for me. That'd be 10 here.
How about everybody else?
I think 10 would be good or 8 o'clock Mountain Time would be good for me, because I'd be 10 here also.
Okay. And so 8 o'clock Mountain Time is 7 o'clock here, right? California time. Is that right? Gina,
Yes.
how does that work for you? Because you're California time too.
The mornings would be fine. So 7 would be fine.
Okay. So let's do that then. We'll do 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So that will be 8 o'clock Mountain Time.
Are you talking
Let's just do that.
morning? Are you talking about morning or evening?
Morning.
Is that
a.m.
Right? Yeah. 8 o'clock in the morning. So we'll do our first one tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. So 12 hours from now, we're going to see our nice, cute mugs again. So
7 o'clock your time?
7 my time. So 8 o'clock Mountain Time. I'll do a graphic tonight. I don't expect a lot from our team to actually come on in the morning, but we'll kind of try to push it and maybe, we'll do something. I'll video record part of it or something to show everybody, working. So we'll figure out some way to make it seem like everybody, or let people know that they need to be on that if they want to work this business. So, but if nothing else, if we're the only ones on there, that's okay. That's okay. That's good. We're where we need to be and we're doing what we need to do. So, all right. Does anybody else have anything to say before we try to shut her down, and then we'll meet 7 o'clock in the morning? No, we're good? All right. Yes, Rexetta, are you okay? Mom, can you unmute her?
I just did. Yeah, I was just waving goodbye.
Oh, good. So glad you were here. All right, guys. Well, I love you all. I'm so proud of you and thankful. I could not have handpicked better women to be in this with. So I'm so thankful for you guys. And You know, God is good. He has us right where he wants us, right? Right where he wants us. And we're just going to be good stewards, right? Be good stewards with our time, be good stewards with these products that we have, be good stewards with our bodies, with this business. We're going to be good stewards with where God has us. So, all right. Love you all and hope you have a good night, and we'll see you in a few hours.